Darkness cannot drive out darkness, only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate, only love can do that. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. The time is always right to do what is right. I have decided to stick with love. Hate is too great a burden to bear. The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. Faith is taking the first step even when you don't see the whole staircase. We must accept finite disappointment, but never lose infinite hope. The arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends toward justice. In the end, we will remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends. The time is always right to do right. We must use time creatively, in the knowledge that the time is always right to do right. If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward. Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? True peace is not merely the absence of tension, it is the presence of justice. We may have all come on different ships, but we're in the same boat now. Love is the only force capable of transforming an enemy into a friend. There comes a time when silence is betrayal. The function of education is to teach one to think intensively and to think critically. Intelligence plus character, that is the goal of true education. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. I look to a day when people will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. The ultimate tragedy is not the oppression and cruelty by the bad people, but the silence over that by the good people. We must build dikes of courage to hold back the flood of fear. Change does not roll in on the wheels of inevitability, but comes through continuous struggle. If a man hasn't discovered something that he will die for, he isn't fit to live. No one really knows why they are alive until they know what they die for. We must develop and maintain the capacity to forgive. He who is devoid of the power to forgive is devoid of the power to love. The function of suffering is to break our illusions. I believe that unarmed truth and unconditional love will have the final word in reality. The time is always right to do what is right. I refuse to accept the view that mankind is so tragically bound to the starless midnight of racism and war, that the bright daybreak of peace and brotherhood can never become a reality. Let no man pull you so low as to hate him. Love is the most durable power in the world. Nonviolence is a powerful and just weapon. It is a sword that heals. Everybody can be great because everybody can serve. The art of acceptance is the art of making someone who has just done you a small favor wish that he might have done you a greater one. The hope of a secure and livable world lies with disciplined nonconformists who are dedicated to justice, peace, and brotherhood. The time is always right to do what is right. Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. Freedom is never voluntarily given by the oppressor, it must be demanded by the oppressed. The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. Let us not seek to satisfy our thirst for freedom by drinking from the cup of bitterness and hatred. Nothing in the world is more dangerous than sincere ignorance and conscientious stupidity. We must come to see that the end we seek is a society at peace with itself, a society that can live with its conscience. If I cannot do great things, I can do small things in a great way. I have the audacity to believe that peoples everywhere can have 3 meals a day for their bodies, education and culture for their minds, and dignity, equality, and freedom for their spirits. We must build bridges of hope instead of walls of fear. The ultimate tragedy is not the oppression and cruelty by the bad people, but the silence over that by the good people. The soft-minded man always fears change. He feels security in the status quo, and he has an almost morbid fear of the new. For him, the greatest pain is the pain of a new idea. No lie can live forever.